in my world, in the wrestling world, where I grew up in, a guy shows up, makes the weight, for whatever reason, can't continue on to the competition, and that's a forfeit. Automatically, that makes me the champion, and here I am, middleweight world champion.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly? Middleweight champion in your mind?
Whew, man, this really hurts, guys. This one really hurts. Kelvin Gastelum just had a fight last Saturday. It was his first time moving back down to welterweight in a very, very long time. He was coming off of a win over Chris Curtis, and he was actually originally scheduled to fight Shavkat. And thinking about that fight now, Kelvin would have been absolutely crushed. That probably would have been the worst beating we've ever seen in UFC history. Because Kelvin Gastelum was getting taken down and dominated on the ground by Sean Brady. The same Sean Brady that got dominated by Bilal Muhammad. So, I was expecting Kelvin Gastelum to do pretty well in this fight. He had some decent success at middleweight, and I always thought if he would have dropped down back to welterweight, he would have done really well. So, what's next for Kelvin Gastelum? Retirement. He has to retire, he just doesn't have it anymore. I'm kind of joking, but I'm also serious. Obviously, I think he should stay down at welterweight, because at middleweight, he was just too small. Too small and fat for middleweight. So I think the perfect fight for Kelvin Gastelum right now is Kevin Holland. So hear me out. Both Kevin Holland and Kelvin Gastelum, former middleweights, dropping down to welterweight. Kevin Holland has had some moderate success at welterweight, and Kelvin Gastelum has had zero success at welterweight so far. So this is the fight that I really, really want to see. I have a feeling it's going to be like a budget Kelvin versus Adesanya, because Kevin Holland, all he cares about is being entertaining. That's all he cares about. And Kelvin Gastelum, he's at the end of his rope right now. If he loses like his next 2 fights, he gets cut from the UFC. And there's no one in the world that knows that better than Kelvin Gastelum himself. And a win over Kevin Holland is huge, because that will make Kelvin Gastelum a ranked welterweight. And that could be a good reset for his welterweight run. Also, we don't need Kelvin Gastelum going against any grapplers, any wrestlers right now. Because in the Sean Brady fight, it showed that his grappling is not quite at welterweight level right now. So I was thinking in like the lead up to this fight that Kelvin would be too strong, right? Too powerful. That even if Sean Brady tried to grapple, he'd be able to just kind of power out of it, use his strength to get out of it. But the skill gap between welterweight and middleweight is huge. And Kelvin was definitely not ready for that. But I think Kelvin Gastelum versus Kevin Holland, that is a fight of the night. Make that like the main event of a fight night, and there you go. You got a great event right there. If you guys agreed with me, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you disagree with me, if you think Kelvin Gastelum's the GOAT or something, in the comments explain why, please.